remote pressure gauge is intact. You can read the pressure gauge appropriately. I screwed up this check. I gotta add another bullet point, but I'll fix the formatting here in a minute. The gauge is easily readable. The bag strap is intact and undamaged. So this strap's pretty important. This is what we're either going to put our leg through to drag this thing through the house, or what you're going to unhook one end and hook it to yourself, whatever your preference is, whatever the situation calls for. This needs to be pre-connected on this air side of the bag. So both of these need to be hooked to that end. I know people have a tendency to hook it up like this, which is kind of a carrying position, but then it's not ready to go for you in a real RIT scenario. So we want this thing to be ready to go. So we're going to pre-connect there. The carabiners are in good shape. They operate smoothly. Yes, straps attached to the rings on either side of the air compartment. Compartments are intact and undamaged. All the Velcro's in good shape and it's no closes. And the pull handles are as they should be. They're no damage there. The rope bag, I don't have one in here, but you all know what the rope bag is. It needs to be set up ready to go. And one thing that I see frequently is them attached randomly on the bag somewhere. It's not just important that it be here with the bag. It needs to be the dumb end of the RIT bag, or the non-rope side, needs to be pre-connected to the mask end of this bag. So it's going to play out rope behind you, and that end needs to be connected to it. The rope end needs to be just clipped to the bag itself, because you're going to unclip that and you're going to hook that on something outside, right? And so you again want this all to be ready to go, where you don't have to think about reconfiguring anything in a real RIT scenario. You just unclip that one carabiner, hook it to something outside, and you get moving inside where you need to go. So, UAC hose is intact and undamaged. It's got a cap on it. We're still going to look in it, make sure that it's clean, no debris in there, and obviously needs to have a cap on it at all times. The UVSS hose, we're going to pull this all the way out, which we've already done, but we're going to inspect it all the way down, make sure there's no issues with that. We're going to make sure that the unused coupler has a cap on it, and that nothing looks like it has any debris, nothing has any kind of damage. And then finally, the cylinder needs to be full, needs to look like, needs to look appropriate. No obvious issues with that, and both of those cylinder straps need to be secured around the cylinder, and then you're going to verify that that CGA air connection is tight to the cylinder there. So that's all the visual inspections. So the full function test. Again, shut, purge valve, and the air saver switch is shut. I'm going to turn this on. I don't hear any leaks anywhere. The remote pressure gauge is reading my pressure, and it's the same pressure that's on the cylinder there. There's my HUD lights, so they're all going to be on. I believe it's for the first 20 seconds, and then the pressure lights will be on. So there we go. We've got 2 greens. That's indicating full pressure. We'll turn the cylinder back off. So our system has air in it, but we won't need any more air than that. So the remote pressure gauge is functional and appropriate. The lights are functional. This is something that I do every single day as I breathe through the RIT-Pak, and I would encourage you all to do the same. So we want it to work when we need it, right? So I'm going to put the mask on.
Then it says connect the regulator to the mask, verify that the connection is smooth, verify breathing activation, so when I inhale I want it to click on and start flowing air, and verify my purge valve works. And then we're going to breathe it down just like we do with the daily pack check and verify that these headlights work, right? So I'm going to do that now. We're getting close to a quarter, so that bell should start going off.
Okay, and I let the rest of the air exit here. Once the pressure's off the system, this remote pressure gauge will turn itself off, so you don't have to do anything else there. But so we've just verified all the function of everything. I'll loosen the straps back up and put this head harness back over the mask lens. Got that click, so my air saver switch is in the closed position. Purge valve is closed. We'll put the mask back in the mask compartment. Make sure that all the hook and loop closures are engaged properly. And then we'll make sure that the regulator and the regulator hose are stowed nice and tight. Easy to access, ready to go, everything's shut. And we close all the compartments up. That's a daily check. That's it. Please get some reps on this, get familiar with this, practice with it, play with all the different connections, and then spend some time with this, especially this EBSS hose and the regulator hose, and feeding them into that sleeve and deploying them out. Get a feel for all that.